BB Bunny is nibbling to get nice and full to hang out in his tunnels through the winter. And we'll see him next spring. The flowers are up here on the table, getting ready to be tucked in to some spots. And they are on the warm color side of the spectrum. Beautiful. Also have these whites in here too. We got some Christmas decorations. The poinsettias with the plaid bows are absolutely wonderful. And we had put some on the other side of the yard so it would look balanced. We have the joy sign up there and the wreath. Look at these bows. Even had a couple of frosty pine cones in there. We don't have any pine trees around here, so we had to go collect those. Look at the bows, and these are the Christmas decorations. Pretty easy to do, and we kind of kept it down to we minimalized this year, and this is what it looks like going into the new year. We still have the pansies in place. We just took out the poinsettias and have a big open spot here in the middle. Maybe we'll put a lemon cypress there. Just debating on that, or probably just leave it open until the spring. Fill it in with some soil. As a matter of fact, I do have some soil that we've been rejuvenating that I think we might just dump in that hole to fill it up so the roots don't get cold down there. Look at the pansies, still thriving and looking good through the winter. And this yard has seen a whole bunch of different looks. We've had different color themes and different plants, and we've been putting in some perennials through the yard so that we have plants that come back and certain sections that where we can change the theme, the color scenarios, and just keep color all year round. And the wintertime is kind of cloudy and gloomy sometimes, so it's always good to have some color in your yard. And here's the wreath going into the spring. This is our transition wreath for going through the winter. It still looks festive and it's pretty. There's a nice bow there. Just a few sprinkles of winter berries on the greenery with pine cones all the way around. Now this is a good transition going into the spring, and it's festive without being too Christmassy, and it doesn't seem out of place. It covers that open spot on the door, and the wreath is a symbol of eternity. It's a circle that never ends. I'm all over the place today. Now at this house, I'm checking on our yellow pansies because those can be seen from blocks away, and her yard is kind of shady and it needed a pop of color. I figured yellow would go good because it's a nice contrast with the dark colors around here, the steps, and a lot of the plants that are in her yard bloom through the spring and summer. So we went with the yellow and this candy cane colored pansy, which is really nice through the winter because it's an excellent contrast with that yellow, and plus it's very eye catching, and you don't have a bunch of different busy flowers and plants in the pot saying, "Hey, look at me." And the yellow gives your eyes somewhere to rest, and it's a nice contrast. And they seem to be doing good. Got to do a little bit of maintenance through these. We've had a lot of wind, and they're just all over the place. But look at these petals that haven't opened. The blooms, I mean, there's plenty of blooms. Just a few of them haven't opened, but when they do, this thing is going to be flooded with blooms. I'm going through plucking some of the spent blooms, and hey, that encourages growth throughout the whole flower. So that's just a regular thing to go through. A lot of times I do it when we're watering, go through and pluck these spent petals. You can see how these flowers kind of look damaged because of the wind, but they're still beautiful. They have like a kind of like an orchid feel to them, but you can definitely tell they're pansies. We got the dove in here, and the same two colors in this pot. So for now, it looks like everything is still doing well. Just got to do a little maintenance, and everything is looking good. This is our update on the pansies. Um, we had a lot of wind that came through here. I was not sure what to expect, but I like what I'm seeing. And there's other plants in these pots that have to be cut back. We'll be pulling those shoots out soon to make sure that they're finished, because if you do it before, they won't bloom the following year. And you can see the wind has knocked off a lot of petals in these. And look at that. It looks tattered and damaged, but it's still beautiful. Nice. And here's our some more pansies. Look at the thin white margin around the petals. Now that's amazing. These pansies are beautiful. Look at the veins in this one. Those dark lines in that yellow area on this pansy with the dark plum petals. These will be full of blooms once they start opening up. Uh, Lost a few petals through the windstorm, but as you can see, there's more that are about to open up. And I'm definitely going to be doing updates on this because I want to show you how full these get. Beautiful. Now in this area, we're using yellow and purple, alternating those colors between these Dusty Millers. And the Dusty Millers have that lacy texture. This yellow, you can see it for blocks away, and this purple just pulls you in. It's beautiful. These two colors, it's an excellent contrast over top that those lava rock, and in the background that seagrass that's burnt out. These pansies will thrive until the mid spring. And look, you can see how the center of these purple ones are a little darker. Some of the petals are a little damaged because of the wind we had. And you can see that seagrass up top is completely spent. We'll be cutting that back later on. Now, this color here, we should have added on the other side and in this pot, along with these fire pansies, for some cohesion, but I couldn't find them. But that's what I was shooting for, so I went ahead and went with the solid purple. These yellow blotch, the blooms are really big. Shoot, these are like almost like the size of the palm of my hand. We got this pot here, more Dusty Millers in that corner, and this hall here, I'm all over the place. This is my backyard. Our backyard, we have these violas here. They're on the cooler side of the spectrum, mixed in with some yellow, and that's a fun contrast there. More catering to the cool side of the spectrum. And then when you have your yellows and orange, that's more of a warm spectrum. Now there's one odd one in there with a lacy center, and the lady just had to have purple. We went to the nursery and we saw shelves and shelves of purple. So we were able to get a handful of those, and those will be for later on. Now during the spring and summer, the corners of the The bed had the vincas there. And we're thinking about putting a tree in the middle sometime. We got stay tuned for that so we can find out exactly what we're going to do with that. And these are the vincas in that same place. Remember how that seagrass was all burnt out? It, one thing that Janice always made sure was to cut the grass from hanging over onto the flowers. Yeah, that tree is going to be going about right there. And these vincas, along with that beautiful fuchsia color, we have that shiny, glossy leaves. We have a Boston fern in here, a small one, and a lone hibiscus, a few other stalks. I think that was the only one that bloomed. And this yard, this is the a work in progress. We have a big open space here. We're thinking about putting a tree in the middle. The Vincas and Dusty Millers. Now that's a beautiful contrast. I'm going in close on this Vinca, and the fuchsia is amazing. It's amazing. So we added some sage behind the Vincas on the corner. I just threw a bunch of different clips together. Now we're back into our backyard, and this is one of our big pots in the backyard, and I'm showing you how this lobularia looks. Beautiful. It's a sweet smelling, and it goes nice with the blue pansies and the white. Look at that. The big urn pot kind of looks like a subscribe bell. Don't forget to subscribe. And those vincas, those violas are the same, or pretty close to the color of these pansies, but they have a bigger blotch in the middle, and they look beautiful in these pots right here. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Hit the notification bell so you can get all of our videos. Thanks for watching.